second video for today that I'm actually doing, and it's based on a couple things. So, uh, this is based on one, the fact that we're talking about future DC projects, immediate future DC projects, and then future DC projects in uh, or under the new administration of DC. All right, the head of DC right now is David Zaslav, and I was listening to Sil Abdul's scoops and what he verified. I was also listening to Moldiversity today, and it's very interesting. And there's many things I would like to discuss with you guys on this matter. So that's why I'm actually doing a video right now to you guys in the chat. So it's in the response to the information that's provided. Okay, so am I excited for Black Adam? Am I excited for the Flash movie? Am I excited for Aquaman? As it is right now, no, I'm not. I'm not excited for any of those movies. However, the information that has been provided, whether it's through the scoopers or whether it's through listening to other people discuss the DCEU, we've seen sort of things shaping up in that direction, but we have not gotten anything explicit. All right, we're still there are people who are getting updates from scoopers and so on about events and things that would happen in the DCEU, but still we don't have any concrete anything we can say. We timestamp this and say definitively, okay, this is restore the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse is being restored. What I mean by this is, okay, we've been speaking about make the Batfleck movie, make the Batman movie. We've been talking about release the air cut, right? Some of us, myself included, believe that the Snyder Cut should go into theaters. Um, but having said all of that, the approach has been pretty rigorous by David Zaslav. Okay, now I'm not saying I have evidence, clear evidence, that the Snyderverse is being restored. I'm not saying that, but what I can see from the jump, the way how David Zaslav is approaching these movies, and the fact that these movies like The Flash and Aquaman are getting reshoots, and they're being David Zaslav clearly in the investor meeting specifically said that The Flash and Aquaman and even Black Adam that are coming out, they're excited for these movies. They've seen them, but they can be better. He was very clear on that, and he says we're working to make them better. So clearly, David Zaslav is saying, and from the scoops and stuff and all the information we've gotten so far, it's very clear that David Zaslav wants a quality product out there. And the fact that Ben Affleck has been seen with Jason Momoa, we know that Ben Affleck's Batman is going to have something to do with Aquaman. These are receipts. These are real things. This is not a scoop we're talking about here. This is real things that he was seen. So we know that Ben Affleck is doing something in Aquaman, and the fact that Ben Affleck has been on board and has been doing something in The Flash, and actually now the scoop. I'm not talking about what has been posted in the trades, but in the scoop, we know that he's also going to be returning, if he hasn't returned already, to do more additional work on The Flash. Okay, this is from Sil Abdul. I got this from him, information from him. I'm sure it'll be, I'm sure Mikey Sutton also heard the same thing. So those two guys from multiple sources heard that. And of course, if you guys haven't tuned in to Seal Abdul, you should really check him out. The guy's been pretty much on point with a lot of the scoops that he's gotten. Now, but my point is not that. My point is the direction in which Warner Bros. Was going under Tommy Emmerich, Walter Amada, and Ann Sarnoff. We haven't heard explicit. We've not heard. Hold on a sec. This is what I was doing. I was actually squatting in front of the camera because I'm kind of I'm sort of now I'm propping it up with my hand. Of course, I could use the tripod, the camera tripod, which I haven't used in a while. You know what? I'll pick it up and get it because I'm not in a rush. I'm just chilling, relaxing. And I was okay. So hold on a second. I'll be right back. Woo. So I have a camera tripod, and this tripod is a little too tall right now. Okay, hold on a second. Just give me a second. Alright, so as I'm chillaxing here, and could have done this before, but this is always a somewhat informal videos. So, okay. Let's just drop it all the way down. Okay. There you go, that should do it. Hopefully. Yeah, that should do it. 1 second here. Boom. Okay, now the question is, will it clamp in? Right. More than likely it will. Okay. I have to take out the casing. Okay. Alright, hold on 1 second. I'm going to get this readjust. Okay. I have to adjust the height a little bit more here. Try to do that. Ooh, that's better. That's all right. Okay, so yeah. So you're probably wondering, what is this big chair behind me? Why am I sitting on the floor? Because I like to sit on the floor, so I don't know why. I just love being grounded to the earth. Excuse me. It's crazy what this means. All right, so we're talking about the future, movies. So like I said, I'm not super excited for these upcoming movies. And David Zaslav and they haven't openly said that the Snyderverse is restored. But we keep on getting scoops. And the scoops are letting us know that, one, David Zaslav and what all these reshoots are, because he's trying to line up. Because David Zaslav is, and Discovery they earn their keep based on how successful their products, their content is. So David Zaslav's in it to win it. He wants big theatrical events. He wants something that wows the fans, the audience, makes them excited to want to see the next DC film. That's where his attention and focus is. So it's not, you see him canceling some of these little projects here, there, everywhere. It's because they're focused on Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, because those are the biggest revenue generating movies. Alright? You're not hearing him talking about Shazam and the Fury of the Gods much. Right? But I'm sure he's going to focus on that. So, he said that publicly. And he's really following through with what he said. So, these are scoops now. Phil Abdul said, Henry Cavill will be in Black Adam. Ben Affleck is going to be in Aquaman. It's confirmed already. But also that he's going to be in reshoots of The Flash along with Michael Keaton. Now, that means that Affleck is doing a lot more. Michael Keaton was going to be in Batgirl. Batgirl's canceled. Right? Michael Keaton was supposed to be in Aquaman. Right? Ben Affleck's there now. So, what does this mean? Ben Affleck's contract was supposed to end with his last film, which was The Flash. Clearly his contract has been renewed. Right? This is a fact. So, that means that we're looking at Ben Affleck being a part of this universe. Now, I said before, if we see Henry Cavill come back, it's reported he would come back in Black Adam. If we see Henry Cavill in Black Adam, we already have Gal Gadot there. If that Trinity is seen in these movies, it means the only timeline that's possible is a Snyderverse timeline. Michael Keaton and Supergirl are in another universe. The Flash, in the Flash movie, clearly went to the universe that Michael Keaton was in. Batgirl was supposed to continue in the universe that Michael Keaton was in. In an alternate reality where Commissioner Gordon is still looking like himself, but he's not the same Commissioner Gordon, I guess. Or, yeah. Oh. So anyway, point is, they were going to continue in a universe where Michael Keaton's Batman was the one carrying on, and then he would pass the torch to Batgirl. Obviously, the Flash is going to go through multi-universes. One of them is going to be one in probably separate to Michael Keaton, one where Supergirl is there, and another where Michael Keaton's Batman is there. On the way, apparently he meets other Flashes. Okay, this is not rocket science because we've seen little premieres of the Flash movie. But apparently, he ends up in a universe with Michael Keaton. He ends up there when all is said and done. That's how it originally was made. Walter Amato wanted to move away from the Snyderverse into another universe to show there's a wider multiverse, and then have Flash end up somewhere else, and he has to work his way back to the Snyderverse, maybe, or work his way back to where he came from. And so apparently he's journeying and going through different universes in the multiverse. This is what I assume is the idea that Walter Martin was trying to do, and it would lead up to Final Crisis. It was an interesting concept, but and it would be able to introduce Batgirl, these alternate universes with Batgirl's there, Supergirl in another alternate universe. Apparently, Flash passes through that universe where Supergirl's the person. Supergirl and Michael Keaton Batman don't have to be in the same universe. You understand? He could be traveling through different universes in his journey. So I believe Supergirl is supposed to fight General Zod or something like that. So it's a kind of alternate universe to what Henry Cavill Superman did. Okay? This is not the Supergirl from Henry Cavill's universe. Let's just put it that way. Now, apparently, whatever they're doing in additional photography and reshoots involves more Ben Affleck. Michael Keaton comes back, but there's more Ben Affleck. And I believe David Zaslav wants to focus on the Snyderverse and continue down the Snyderverse. Now, remember, pay attention to this. David Sandberg is in the Snyderverse. Patty Jenkins is in the Snyderverse. So Shazam occurs in the Snyderverse. Wonder Woman is in the Snyderverse. No matter what craziness that Patty Jenkins did with Wonder Woman 84, it's in the Snyderverse. So let's get this right. And they're clear on that. James Gunn Suicide Squad. James Gunn claims is in the Snyderverse. David Ayer's Suicide Squad movie, or whatever came out in the theater, it was in the Snyderverse. Okay. Now follow me on this. I want to eat some more, but I'm going to take my time. This is a slow burn. Follow me on this.
Walter Amada, somehow, some way, was trying to shift the emphasis from the Snyderverse to another universe. But by establishing the multiverse, he never really truly would have eliminated the Snyderverse. How I believe David Zaslav is approaching this is we're going to open up the door and show everyone there's a multiverse. No problem with that. But Flash is going to come back to the Snyderverse and talk with Ben Affleck's Batman. Okay? So that's how they're working. It's kind of like Flashpoint Paradox, where the Flash ends up meeting Batman again back in his timeline. Not to say the movie's going to be Flashpoint Paradox. It's probably not going to be that. But I believe it begins and ends in the Snyderverse. Which means David Zaslav wants to stay. He wants to stay in the Snyderverse. He doesn't have a problem establishing a multiverse, and you can tell a multitude of other stories, but he wants to stay in the Snyderverse and exploit that first. There are a lot of projects out there. Jeff Johns has been attached to a couple of projects. Well, I don't believe Greg Berlanti is going to be the head of DC Films, so that's bullshit. The trade just made up something and decided to talk that. I believe David Zaslav is focused on the creative control of directors and what their vision is. Clearly, the mandate that Andy Muschietti had was, by Walter Amada, was to end the film, bring to an end Ben Affleck's run so he could wrap up his contract. And, you know, they could continue with Michael Keaton, because Michael Keaton really was going to be the next Batman for DC. Crazy as it sounds. At least for the temporarily, until Batgirl took over. Leslie Grace, you know, the Scoopers are saying she didn't really have a future in as Batgirl in DC. I don't know. I can't say. I would. I mean, I could rock with him, but I think that from what I heard from Mike DeLuca, and they're interested in still working with Leslie Grace and a couple other uh, of the people there. So it's possible Leslie Grace could be. I mean, anything's possible, but is it probable? It may be another Batgirl, but I hope Leslie Grace gets another shot at it, because she obviously loves the character and sacrificed a lot to even though it was not a great film. Um, I'm sure. I believe she loves the character, and obviously to be able to play the first live action Batgirl would be a big thing for her. I don't know if she'll get it, but and maybe they'll at least allow the film to come out on DVD and Blu-ray. They should just send it to DVD and Blu-ray, let people see it, evaluate it, and say, you know, whether, oh, this is a theatrical release and this really should be in theaters, or if it's really, yeah, DVD, Blu-ray, yeah, probably should be there. So hopefully Zazzle does that. I don't think he'll. I don't think there's a reason to just cut it completely. It's a part of the history of DC. I would say that would be cool. Release it anyway. Um, yes, you want to defend the brand, but if people decide to buy the DVD and Blu-ray for history or whatever, let it happen. I always believe that Obviously, he didn't want to pump any more money into it. That's to tell y'all, he was focused on the big tent poles. You know, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. He's been saying that for the longest while. All right, so I like how David Zaslav is talking and how the team really seems to be very enthusiastic about bringing the DC brand back up to mark and protecting the brand. So I'm very impressed with him. I think it's the fact that there's the hope for the restoration of the Snyderverse, and we're seeing actions that kind of line up with that hope. But here's the thing: as fans, again, I know David Zaslav wants a Batman movie, and I know he wants Ben Affleck to be Batman. Okay, this is kind of clear already because look how many projects Ben Affleck's Batman has already gotten, and how he's kind of downsizing Michael Keaton's Batman, and how he's not even referring to or even greenlighting Matt Reeves' Batman. Okay, he's not focusing on that. He greenlight Joker doesn't mean anything. Maybe Matt Reeves doesn't have a script or anything yet, so they have nothing to greenlight. But I'm just saying. Okay, now again, let's be reasonable here. This is the multiverse, so it is very possible that Matt Reeves' Batman gets a green light and they do another story. Absolutely. I mean, but you can see that David Zaslav is hell bent, and he's focused on Ben Affleck's Batman being the Batman, right? So that's a really good sign for us because that means we're gonna get the Batman movie. We're probably gonna get the Batman solo movie. So that looks like that's gonna happen. And I've been listening to Mikey Sutton, and Mikey Sutton also, the scoops that he's getting seems to tend towards that. And Batman's a big, it's just a big franchise in DC. It's the history of being, a great franchise in DC. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does get a Batman project finally, and nobody's tampering with him, messing with him, and he gets to do what he wants to do, which would be great. And the fact that it's Deathstroke that he's going to be going up against, and Batgirl's going to be in there, it's just crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. So that gets me excited. But of course, that project isn't green lit. You just see glimmers of indications that maybe they're going that direction. But here's the thing: Ben Affleck's Batman movie, which is what a month. If you guys are think about what I'm saying now. Think about what I'm saying now. This is where David Zaslav is going, and we know David Zaslav is thinking like this. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, right? They're solo movies, right? Listen now. Think about what I'm saying now. Ben Affleck's Batman movie, which will involve Deathstroke, was previewed in the Snyder Cut. Let me say it again. Ben Affleck's Batman movie, which was supposed to be the movie between Justice League and Justice League 2. And if you look at the profile picture for this video, you will see the Flash, you will see Justice League Part 1, you will see Unknown Movie, right? Then you will see I believe it's Shazam, one of them. I believe it's Shazam. Then you will see Justice League 2, and then you will see Unknown Movie. Then you will see Cyborg, then you will see Green Lantern Corps. That was the original slate for DC. Okay? Now hear me out. If Ben Affleck's Batman movie sees the light of day, it will be against Deathstroke. We kind of know some things about it. We don't know much about it. We know Deathstroke is going to try and ruin Batman. He's going to try and hurt him every single way he can possibly do. Vendetta. But here's the thing. That movie was premiered by Zack Snyder from the Snyder Cut, from Justice League Part 1. The original direction of DC appears to be what David Zaslav is going for. Because if, and it looks like that, I'm telling you, man, it looks like, here's the other thing. After Justice League 2, there's an unknown movie, right? We don't know what it could have been. It could be Gotham City Sirens. It could have been anything, right? Shazam comes after that unknown movie. Could possibly be, I'm stretching it here, but it could have possibly be Black Adam. It could have been. I'm not saying it is. Okay, so let's rewind everything. Justice League was supposed to come out in 2017. Then it was an unknown movie after that, which would probably have been The Batman. We ended up having Matt Reeves, the Batman, but the Batman, if you're paying attention, now listen to me carefully. Matt Reeves, the Batman, replaced Ben Affleck's Batman movie. Because Ben Affleck was originally the guy who was making the Batman movie. Jeff Johns screwed him over, and Matt Reeves came in and did the Batman movie. Right? Ben Affleck's Batman movie was supposed to organically come off of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Because Zack Snyder's Justice League, at the end of it, introduces, and remember, this is not additional photography. This was from the original. The additional stuff that Ben Affleck did for Justice League was the nightmare scene and then the scene with Martian Manhunter. That's the additional stuff. All of that stuff comes from 2017. The introduction of Ben Affleck's Batman versus Deathstroke, that was since 2017. Hear me out now. If the fans get the Batfleck movie, it's going to be direct continuation from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Here's another thing. Very important. You guys gotta understand me here. Because this is where, if David Zaslav is saying Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, there's no way. No way. I'm just saying it. I'm telling y'all right now. There's no way Ben Affleck makes a Batman movie and doesn't continue from Zack Snyder's Justice League. I just don't see it. Which means, and we heard that the Flash movie kind of is a continuation of Zack Snyder's Justice League as well. So Andrew Muschietti was actually trying to build from Zack Snyder's Justice League. If you look, again, David Sandberg, always trying to build off of Zack Snyder's Justice League and BVS. Patty Jenkins, well, she was in a time thing, so she didn't have to deal with that. But the Wonder Woman movie started off from BVS, right? So any movie that actually called, well, James Gunn also kind of tried to do something with Superman. He kind of tried to say that Bloodsport or whatever shot Superman, killed Superman, some shit like that. Which, sort of, dumb. But he tried also to kind of connect to the Snyderverse, okay? But obviously, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I didn't watch the movie, so that's how I feel about that movie. I haven't seen that movie yet. Okay, but my point being that even, and this is our if, because this is the future. We're talking about future DC movies and interest in it. And like I said, if David Zaslav is building towards Justice League Part 2, or even a Final Crisis with Zack Snyder directing it, which will incorporate Justice League Part 2, I guess. It would be called, I guess it won't be called Justice League Part 2, it would just be called Final Crisis, whatever. Because Zack Snyder had the Final Crisis book on his desk, the Thanksgiving turkey, if y'all remember. This is back in 2021, right? Last year, if you guys remember. All right, so anyway. So what I'm saying is that there is no way Ben Affleck's not going to direct the movie that he was planning to make in the beginning, and he got He got discouraged from making it because of Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns, see what they did, what the former regime did, was they fucked up Justice League 2017. So there was no reason for Ben Affleck to make a movie anymore. His whole plan in making the movie and how he scripted it and how he wrote the movie was now fucked up. So now he needed Jeff Johns' help to rewrite the movie, and now the movie didn't have the significance it would have had if Zack Snyder's Justice League had been completed. You understand? Because if in 2017 Zack Snyder's Justice League had been completed, then Ben Affleck's Batman movie would have come right after that, which is what he was doing. He was doing a Batman movie for after Justice League. Okay? So that's why he had a crazy movie, as Jay Oliver said, but it didn't fit because Warner Brothers fucked him and Zack Snyder over. You guys understand that? That makes sense? So now he's got that opportunity again. He's got it again. So, but it's going to be kind of slightly in an altered order. But in order to get to there, first, we're going to be introduced to Batman a couple of times in the Flash movie. We're going to see him in Aquaman. You know, I think how's it supposed to go? Flash, then Aquaman is supposed to happen, right? So the Flash movie it's got a company. It's got David Zaslav is hell bent, like Scylla has been saying, hell bent on making this movie a success. How much money they got to pump into this fucking movie? But they want a tentpole movie. They want a movie that's a blockbuster hit. They ain't looking at no $700 million movie. Nah, this movie got to do it because the Flash is a big character, and how Zack Snyder finished off the movie with the Flash, what the Flash was turning back freaking time. Shit, y'all gotta meet that hype. Gotta meet it and surpass it, baby. Gotta meet it, and there's a lot of Flash fans out there. People kind of got discouraged and discontented. Whatever it takes, I hope that Andy Muschietti, can get in contact with the VFX teams and the people that he needs to get in contact with and get some mind-blowing shit to show us. Because that's what we need. We need mind-blowing shit for this Flash. You can't just do story. That's the thing with Zack. Zack puts the bar way up there. So I'm sure Andrew Muschietti is going to consult Zack on certain ways, I guess, I hope. VFX or whatever they have in the VFX bank. And hopefully it can wow us, because that's what you need. It's a Flash. And Zack did the Flash so crazy. You gotta come better than that, right? Because he's got all those abilities and powers. I don't care about what light, if he moves with blue lightning or I don't really give a damn. If he's evolving, fine, because he's using the Speed Force in tremendous ways. So whatever Andy Muschietti wants to do, but when you're doing freaking action, you better get it on point, Andy Muschietti. I don't know CW shit. I don't want no CW. I know the Flash, Ezra Miller's Flash showed up in CW Final Crisis, right? Couldn't give a damn. We don't want no cheap shit. That's all I'm saying. Make it cinematic, make it theatrical, make it big, and this is what Zaslav's talking about. Okay? He wants a theatrical experience. When it's said and done, it must look, it must feel, and the vibe must be something to get fans freaking excited. After the Flash movie, they want to see more Flash. That's how it has to be. And if you can't pump fans up like that, then you're not going to get in a movie. Alright? So this is what is required. Because if the Snyder Cut never came out, we wouldn't have known what Flash could do. But the Snyder Cut came out, and we saw what Flash could do. We saw what Flash can do. And that's the tip of the iceberg. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. That's why the fans, DC fans, and to get them excited about the Flash movie, you can do how many reshoots you want. You got to make it look good. You got to make it, it's not just story. You got to make it look good. You can't make it look cheap. It's got to look good. I don't care what kind of cinematography you use. All right, you don't have to use Zack Snyder photography. No, but the action, you gotta make it look good. It can't be cheap CW shit. If it's CW shit that we're gonna do, then it's gonna cheapen up the movie. It's gonna cheapen up the movie. It's like David's last. I was like, I'm gonna drop 100 million on this motherfucker. Fix that shit. Because, sorry about that, Bob, but I didn't mean it in a negative way. But nonetheless, um, he's like, nah, y'all need to spruce this movie up. Y'all need to get this movie. This movie needs to be fire and all sorts of pure fire. We need fire. You know they call him Lava Man. We need fire. We need to be fired up about this movie. Because that movie gotta win. It's gotta win. It gotta do some numbers, some real numbers. Approach a billion or be close to a billion or past a billion. We need a movie that's spectacular. At the end of the day, people, you see how the fans are so ravenous for Zack Snyder's work? We need that same energy. That's how David Zaslav is feeling right now. Okay? Because he wants that. That's what he wants. He wants Discovery and Warner Brothers to be big time. He want to hit this thing with a bang. All right, so you all now understand. There's no set of money. He's not. He gonna find money. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not gonna go short on this one. He wants a win. That's what he do. And if you can't produce a win for him, you're gone. That's how he work. That's how Zaslav work. So, you got to produce with Zaslav. Zaslav's like, if you ain't producing, you got to go, baby. All right. So, Black Adam. Black Adam's coming out in October, and they gotta work on that shit, man. They gotta get that tight. You know, they gotta get it tight. Tighten up Black Adam. Um, there's not much they could do with Black Adam now because the movie's pretty much done. But like I said, like the fans said, like Seal's been saying from his scoops, they realize Black Adam gonna tank hard if Henry Cavill doesn't come to save it, because Henry Cavill's gonna be the guy everybody wanted to see come back in DC. Everybody's been waiting to see Henry Cavill come back to DC and see him in his own movie. Okay? Before I go to Black Adam, because like I said, I'm not excited for any of these movies. All right? When they drop another trailer, when Black Adam's next trailer comes out, we're going to see if we like it. Okay? When the Flash trailer, when a trailer for the Flash comes out, that's when we will know if we hype or we not hype for a movie. That's how we'll know. So far, we not hype for Black Adam. I've seen a couple trailers of Black Adam. It's a bit, he a bit tough and stuff. He do the lightning bolts and shit, and he killing people and stuff. But I'm still not hyped for it. Right? You gotta understand. They gotta put in that work. He can't. Now, here's the thing. Thank God it's the same director. So the same director now is getting much more instructions on what to do. The pressure's on them, the heat's on them to produce. But they shouldn't be worried. They should be as creative as it can possibly be. But if you're supplied with resources to get the job done, and you're not really strong on certain things, take it. Because the budget, the dude giving you a budget of $100 million extra. Like, look at what Zaslav's pouring his money into. Joker. That sequel. Double the budget, right? He's putting all the resources, whatever you need, just make the job, get it done. He's a dude who will back you to the end and give you whatever resources you need to make the best possible movie. Now, if you mess that up, I was about to cuss. If you mess that up, that's on you, because you have no excuse for why you did not perform. He gave you everything you possibly could. That's how David Zaslav is. He's about numbers. He's about performance. So if you can't do it, He gonna just scrap the whole project, and you got to go. Period. Okay, that's how he moves. So I like him as a leader. I think he cleaned up shop real quick, and I think he's. This is my thoughts. This is how I feel about it. I think he's restoring the Snyderverse, exactly what we asked for, because he's listening to the fans. This is why. This is why we said Henry Cavill needs to come back, because Black Adam is just not going to rock it. Comic Con fans are booing The Rock. They're booing Dwayne The Rock Johnson because there's no Henry Cavill. That's a strong message. Gotta have Henry Cavill, right? And Warner Bros. Went out of their way. They mocked Henry Cavill on his birthday. Remember that, folks? They mocked Henry Cavill on his birthday. They went out of their way to keep Henry Cavill out of all the DC projects so far. In fact, I'm sure David Sandberg would have loved to have Henry Cavill on Shazam, and I'm sure Warner Brothers blocked him from having Henry Cavill stamp that. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe Henry Cavill was like, okay, I'm going to do a cameo. Well, you're going to pay me. Whatever it is, Henry Cavill is integral. This is the guy that started the DCEU, y'all. He's been there in every major DCEU movie. We've seen him in Man of Steel. We've seen him in Batman v Superman. And then we've seen him in Zack Snyder's Justice League. We've seen him. Now, I believe that Warner Brothers and Joss Whedon deliberately sabotaged Zack Snyder's Justice League 2017. And particularly if this message ever gets back to Henry Cavill, this is what they did to you, Henry. This is what they did to you. They did the worst CG ever on your face to remove supposedly your mustache. It was a terrible job. That was to get people to hate you as Superman. And then they would say, he made the, Superman made the movie tank. And they would cut you from any other project in DC. They was trying to do Henry dirty, I feel. That's my feeling. Because how you can do that to Superman? This is Superman we're talking about. All the other characters, their faces are looking okay. Superman's face look crazy, man. That look crazy. It was terrible. They did Henry in. Henry made a joke about it, but they did him in. He ain't had it. We haven't seen Superman, since then in the Hamadaverse. Okay? We saw him for Zack Snyder's Justice League. The replacement of that thing. But we didn't see him in any other DCE movie. And Superman showed up in Shazam. Terrible. Terrible. So the fans have been asking for a sequel to the first Superman movie, a solo sequel to the first Superman movie. We're going to get that with David Zaslav. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. He said so. He said this is about Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Right? He said that. And they're each going to get their solo movies. He said that. So that is something you can look forward to. You are going to get a Henry Cavill Superman story. Okay? And apparently, Superman's going to appear in some way, some form in Black Adam. Maybe at the end of the movie. Right? How and why and what, we don't know. But that seems to be something that's going to happen. Again, that's a scoop. That's not confirmed. But if that's happening, you got Cavill, you got Ben Affleck, you got I'm only seeing Diana Prince, Diana of Themyscira. But her real name is Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. And Gal Gadot. And, right? You gotta have them. And now, I gotta go back to the Flash movie. I said it's a slow burn, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. Because I'm gonna take my time to get my thoughts together. Flash movie. There's somebody that needs to somehow show up in that Flash movie. And it's interesting because if this doesn't happen, this is going to be a travesty. And we have the technology to be able to do it. Ray could be on another set, just like how Ezra Miller was on another set and shot the scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League at the end. Ray Fisher could be on another set, and yet he can shoot a scene for the Flash movie. There's the technology to do that. But by golly goodness, the Flash referred to Ray in Final Crisis when he met up with Grant Gusling's Flash. Okay, Ezra Miller said, Cyborg did, not Cyborg, he called him Victor, Victor. He said, Victor, Victor, right? So that tells me you can't do a Flash movie without Victor Stone. They have a great relationship in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they also even had a relationship to some degree in, hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is a low quality phone, so give me some trouble, and I'm chopping up right now. I'm trying to see my, you see my hand, all kinds of stuff. That's not supposed to happen. I'm trying to get it to work, and it's not working. And then the screen's all cracked up and everything, so it's really giving me a lot of trouble. I'll get a better phone, but all in time. It's very slow right now, so you're getting a delay. I'm very sorry about this. Um, Hold on a second. Let me see what I can do. Wow, this is just not working. It's crazy. Try doing this. Take device. I want to continue, but save highlight, share, enable flash, mute microphone. Oh well. Sometimes, man, things you don't expect happen. And right now I have a poor quality phone, so I'm surprised that I'm even able to even shoot this stuff with you guys, which is a blessing. But I'm gonna try and just see what we can do here. Uh oh, I think I pressed the power button again. This is a low quality phone. Low quality phone. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, so anyway. There we go. We're not too bad anymore. I don't know why that's. Whatever. So yeah, we just kind of started the static stream. This phone could go anytime. You guys are watching me, but you have no idea. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yes, the Flash. So what you have to understand is that you know, Cyborg. I truly believe Cyborg should get something, something. And I hope Ray Fisher. I know Ray Fisher's working with Rebel. He's on Rebel Moon, but they could still do a remote filming of him and get him involved in the movie. Just like how Zack Snyder was able to do that with Ezra Miller. He was shooting some, and in a remote because of COVID, we were able to utilize that technology. So why not utilize that technology as well in the case of Cyborg, to put him in the Flash. You know what I mean? Um, but I would really like to see Ray Fisher's Cyborg. That would be a nice surprise. Or if they want to keep that a secret or whatever, I would love to see Ray Fisher's Cyborg in there because he plays off of Ezra really well, the two of them. And just to know, just to have that kind of a thing going on. I will see what happens though. I don't know what the Flash movie is going to bring about, what was actually going to happen. Maybe Cyborg does appear, but Ray Fisher, I think, is a critical piece that shows me David Zaslav means business. Of course, the Flash movie is not coming out until maybe 2023, 2024. Nonetheless, I believe 2023. I think it's 2023 it's going to come out. But nevertheless, I think David Zaslav, he said, it's about mending broken relationships. So if Ray Fisher, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if Ray Fisher shows up in the Flash movie, it's over. It's over. I know already. I realize David Zaslav's about his word, and we're going to get the restoration of the Snyderverse. But there's another thing that's very important. We have been pushing for the ear cut. And see, we want what's called good faith. Now, Sil Abdul was talking about after October, we'll see, and so on. And Sil's kind of trying to help people get encouraged and trust, this new regime, which we don't really trust any regime in Warner Brothers. We really don't trust the executives. But so far, David Zaslav seems to be, whatever he's saying, he's kind of acting on that. So that's good. And not just him, but the people that are working for him. So this is kind of cool. Having said that, we really ain't got nothing. We really ain't got nothing concrete, to be honest with you. We ain't got nothing, I mean, David Zaslav is talking very strong and everything, but we ain't got, when we say restore the Snyderverse, well, where's the air cut? Why isn't David Ayer getting his cut out there? All right, that's something we've been pushing for. Now, mind you, David Zaslav did say Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, they're going to get their own solo films. All right? He did say that. So that's something we were asking for. Make the Batfleck movie. Henry Cavill is Superman, right? When they have a sequel or a solo standalone movie of Superman. So he did answer that. Now we'll see if he acts on it. But David Ayer's The Suicide Squad is done. Yes, it is not a major tentpole movie, but it ain't gonna cost a whole set of money to put that movie out. That movie will move the needle, because the first movie moved the needle for $700 something million. And I guarantee you, because of the inbuilt fan base, this one, which we believe is better than what came out in the theater, will move the needle even more. And you don't have to do nothing. All you have to do is just put it out there in theaters. Okay? Now, that's something we as fans been pushing for the longest while. We want David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad out there. Now, people are saying, well, pause. Wait till October and we'll see if that happens. You want good faith? You want to talk about Restore the Snyderverse? You want to really show us that you really mean business? Put out David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad. Put Justice League into theaters. Zack Snyder's Justice League into theaters. I'm telling you, that's all. And it's done. We get it. Because if Zaslav does those two things, what he's saying is, I'm on your side. I've been listening to you. And it's over. 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 That's what you need to do. Okay? Of course, Flash movies down the road, but I sincerely hope that Ray Fisher gets to work with Andrew Muschietti. And I hope Andrew Muschietti's been having it rough, because he came in with in the middle of a war. And Ray Fisher been pulled from Andy Muschietti's movie. Andy and Ray, they was getting along good. Andy obviously wanted Ray in there. But Walter Hamada kind of stayed in. Now, when Walter Hamada leaves, eventually exits Warner Brothers, which is going to happen this year. Once he exits, I believe then we will know if Ray Fisher is working with Andy Muschietti. I don't think he's working with Andy Muschietti right now because, well, Tamada's still there, and he's not apologizing for what happened um, with the many different witnesses who came forward. So I think that once Tamada is gone, packs his bags, and he's out of there, I think we'll hear more, we'll see more. Because I know Andy Muschietti would love to work with Ray Fisher. I feel for these directors, okay? Even the directors of Batgirl that got axed. They did everything that the previous regime asked of them and still were passionate about the movies they were trying to do, you know? And Andy Muschietti, he was in a he took out a very difficult situation, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody was going to watch The Flash. Right? But actually now the Flash is actually in the forefront right now. People are talking about the Flash and all of that. And even Black Adam's getting a lot more talk about. Because nobody gave a damn about Black Adam, nobody gave a damn about the Flash, and nobody gave a damn about Aquaman. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, okay? Nobody cared about them. Now they're actually being spoken about. So let me show you how bad DC was. The DC properties were run so far into the ground that DC fans wasn't interested in what was coming up. I didn't even know there was a Batgirl movie. I just heard it was canceled. That's to tell you how bad it was. Okay? Now, what David Zaslav is doing with the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman focus, and the fact that he's putting more Batman into these different movies, and not just any Batman. See, Walter Amada was taking, the Michael Keaton Batman, trying to dump him in there. He's trying to do the CW thing, right? No. Instead of having spaghetti verse, what we're having is a focused verse. We're going to focus on one universe in the multiverse. We'll show you there's a multiverse, but then we will focus on one universe in the multiverse, and then we can branch off and tell other stories. Okay? We want to first establish that universe, which we have not done. So, I believe that what David Zaslav is doing right now with the Batman is particularly how he's they're going with Batman, but he's dealing with people and keeping people in the Snyderverse universe. I think that's very important. Okay. And down the road, there can be an integration and all that stuff that comes along. But it's cool that the Flash will be going to different universes. There's nothing wrong with that, and it should be awesome. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because the Flash movies, I'm not worried about Ezra Miller. People are talking about Ezra Miller will be replaced. I don't think he's going to be replaced. No, I don't think so. I don't think Ezra has done anything. People have been putting up all these horrendous things that he's been doing, but it's a much to do about nothing, in my opinion. Ezra's got some problems, like everybody in life, okay, and he's trying to work his problems out. Just because I'm not as famous as Ezra, or you're not as famous as Ezra, means the standards that today's society have are just ridiculous. Sometimes people can't live up to those expectations anyway. And then the dude must be, he's watching all the stuff that's going on, all the tabloids and stuff are saying about his movie and stuff. I'm just saying, man. Ezra's a cool dude in my opinion. I don't agree with everything he does, but he's a cool dude in my opinion. Hell of an actor, and so I think they're gonna stay with Ezra. I think so. I think he's gonna end up doing press conferences like he normally does and all of that stuff. Okay, maybe may have to put out a statement of some kind, and then from there on in, I think he's gonna be the junkets and all that stuff, because he's the focal point of the Flash. He's gonna come out. This is not new to actors. A lot of actors do a lot of stupid stuff, but they cover it up. In this case, they decided to blow it up into light and try and make bad press about the dude. But a lot of actors do a lot of crazy things, man. A lot of boxers do a lot of crazy things, okay? Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, and remember, most people who go into acting, something's wrong with them anyway. No disrespect, but to tap into all those problems, you're taking on different characters for a reason. Okay, all right. Anyway, that's a whole other story for another day. So, what I'm saying is that you know Ezra Miller. I think Ezra Miller's gonna stay in the Flash. He's playing multiple roles in the Flash, so there's no way he's not that movie. Uh, you can just replace Ezra Miller. That's not happening. But what I do think is that they're focusing on the Snyderverse. Now, let's get to the excitement. Is there interest for this Snyderverse so far? Obviously, there's some shifting. You even see it in the advertising with, Black Adam suddenly in black and white and all this shit. It's because this isn't rocket science. Dwayne the Rock Johnson's always been a fan of the DCEU. He's always been a fan of Zack Snyder. And so now he really wants to pivot back. He's always wanted to face the Justice League. But now he's getting to pivot back to Zack Snyder. It seems as though WB at the time was just anti Zack Snyder. They want nothing to do with Zack Snyder. Just make your movie, it's an Elseworld thing, and get out of here, right? They wasn't treating Zack well. Hopefully, with this new regime, they will welcome Zack back in, which is why you're seeing a lot of Zack in almost all kinds of things. Zack was in Teen Titans just recently. Zack seems to be kind of being welcomed in a bit. We'll see. I don't know. But what I do know is the different directors are starting to, like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's trying to do the black and white thing with Black Adam, and that's cool. I mean, black and white version. I don't care. My thing though is you can see he's identifying with the Snyderverse. Everybody's trying to now making an effort to pivot back to the Snyderverse, and keep it there. Okay, so all the directors always wanted to be, always thought that Zack Snyder's Justice League was canon. They did not like Justice League 2017. Most of them hated, and most of them don't want to have anything to do with it. Even though Warner Brothers at the time, the management was saying, "Oh no. Zack Snyder's Justice League is Elseworld, and Justice League is canon." No, the directors didn't believe that. All right, so the directors, even Patty Jenkins said it. Zack said. Now, Patty Jenkins though was not. She was like, I don't think we'll ever see the Snyder cut. But Gal Gadot was finessing it, but she wanted to see it, so she got to see it, and tremendous performance by Gal in the Snyder cut. Just tremendous performance all around. I love Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman movie, the first one. The second one, no. But I wanted to say that I believe now that Zack's back. Oh no, he's not back. But hopefully Zack will be able to laze with Warner Brothers a lot more whenever he can, and hopefully, Patty, Deborah, and all those people be able to work together on the next Wonder Woman movie. Not to say that Patty, again, her directorial decision on what she wants to do with the Wonder Woman movie is not completely her thing. I'm just saying when it comes to the action, Patty Jenkins, you gonna hear me say this like over and over. I'm gonna stress this, okay? The action, because these are superhero movies. So what makes something really, 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 really great is the action. It doesn't have to. David Ayer did Suicide Squad, and I'm sure the action is again beautiful stuff. And he didn't need Zack Snyder's people, but David Ayer knows how to do fucking action. Sorry about the F-bomb. He knows how to do action. So it's kind of critical that you understand how to do action. Patty, when it comes to drama, when it comes to flushing out characters, she kills it. Okay. Story, not so strong on story. I mean, she can give you the general what she wants with story, but for somebody to flush it out and make a script and make it shine the way it's supposed to be, she doesn't do that, right? So, but she's a hell. I'm gonna say this again. I'm not gonna hold back on this. I don't care what nobody says. Patty Jenkins is a hell of a director. Okay, when it comes to directing, she knows what she wants to do with directing. But if she doesn't have the right resources and people behind her, to make it happen, her movies don't come out that great. Okay, but she's a director. That's what she do. She's a director. She's not a visual effect artist. That's the specialist for that. She's not a action coordinator. She's not the people do that, and so on and so on. So you got to understand, Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 84 fell down, in my opinion, mainly because of the action. The action fell through, the realism of the action and everything. I know you were trying to emulate the great Richard Donner, God rest his soul, but you got to get the action right. You just got to get the action, Patty. That's the only problem with you. You got to get that action right. You great director. I gotta say it again. She's a great director. I know she's she's great. That's not my problem. Okay, right. So, um, those things are very important in movies. Okay, you don't have to do a Zack Snyder style. You don't even have to do slow mo, but you got to get the action right. You got to get the action right. Okay, you just got to get the action right. It's an action movie. You got to get the action right. That's all I'm gonna say. You got to get the action right. Whoever's doing the VFX got to get the action right. You just got to get it right. You know, so no matter how, even if your universe is not fully grounded, you got to get it grounded. You got to get it grounded. Action. See, that's the thing with action. If it's not grounded properly, kids will enjoy it, but adults will be laughing all the way through your movie. You'll just be laughing. You lose the tension and the palpability of it. And that's what Wonder Woman had, and this the Wonder Woman 84 didn't have that, right? Because Wonder Woman, you stretched the boundaries of fantasy in that movie. You did stretch it, pretty much like you did in Wonder Woman 84. You stretched some of the boundaries, but because it was so grounded, it allowed you to do that and get away with it. But you're not going to get away with it if you if your action ain't on point. You're just not going to get away with it. I was laughing all the way through that. The first scene with the Amazons was great. I mean, it was fantastic. But woo, that mall scene. Just everything about it was just crazy, man. As I was there. She punched the guy, and the guy went in a straight line in the air. left, left the guy who was sitting next to me scratching his head like, what on earth am I watching? Oh my god. It was hilarious. Yeah, but yes, please do that. There's a way to capture the Richard Donner spirit without without literally doing something like that. Oh my god, that was so funny. Yeah. So anyway, uh, that mall scene was hilarious. It was funny, in a very bad way. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So the point is, because you have the solo films, okay, with these major characters, and one of the major characters, if they're going to do a solo film, it's going to be linked to Zack Snyder's Justice League. I cannot see anything else than Zack Snyder's Justice League coming through. Some people are saying 2026, or Silver's saying 2026. I think that's too far away, though. I think it's too far away. I think 2024, 2025, even pushing it, is probably where that movie should be, because we have projects that are on point. Like we're having our second Shazam movie. We're going to have a Flash movie, right? These were all supposed to happen. Flash movie was supposed to happen before the Shazam movie. We have a second Shazam movie, and then the Flash movie, right? And or I can't remember, but the order in which these movies are coming are pretty much almost there, except for after Shazam we had Birds of Prey, I think it was, and that probably shouldn't have been there. And then Hamada then did what? What did it come after that? Wonder Woman movie. The Wonder Woman movie came out after that, so it kind of they went away from what uh, DC was doing. So I think Zaslav's going to bring it back to what DC was doing and get the order of events down packed. So after Black Adam, which is the last Hamada thingy, which may have been a project that actually originally might have been what would have happened. Probably Black Adam would have come through. But because Shazam, but would Black Adam have come out before Shazam? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that Shazam has come out. Um, so there's a second Shazam. I don't think the second Shazam, Fury of the Gods, should come out before Aquaman. So, um, I, and I don't think it should come out before Batfleck's Batman movie. To be honest with you, but we know we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But when you look at um, uh, the Flash is due to come out. Flash should have come out a long time ago. Shazam came out before the Flash came out, and this was a movie that's taken a while because couldn't find a director for him and all of that. But now we have a director. Now we have a movie, so it's about tightening it up, getting it proper. Not a low budget, low quality kind of look, but like a real movie, like a real blockbuster movie, like a big tent pole. That's what you know. It is what it is. They're gonna try their best with the Flash. Um, yeah. So, what am I saying? I'm saying I'm not excited for these movies. What is the excitement for these movies? I think when we see trailers for these movies and the trailers improve, I think that's when we might get excited for these movies. So maybe David Zaslav, especially with the Black Adam, they may have to actually either leak information or leak pieces of the movie to show that the movie is of a certain standard. They're gonna have to sell that movie to people because it's not just you can't just people are not gonna be excited just because you're saying, well, we're changing the direction to the Snyderverse and all that. That might be cool, but the movie might still be shit. So you have to sorry about the cursing, but you have to sell it now to us. You got to sell it. Okay, this movie. Look at the trajectory of this movie. This is the kind of movie you would want to see. It's a tough ask when you don't have Henry Cavill showing up at Comic Con. So hopefully, first of all, just like how David Zaslav was able to show Ben Affleck with Aquaman, they probably should show Henry Cavill with Dwayne the Rock Johnson at some point. You want to get buzz for this damn movie, you better have that somewhere in there and show him. Show Henry Cavill or show Superman. Maybe not Henry Cavill, but show Super. Well, actually, better show Henry Cavill because the fans was pissed that Henry Cavill wasn't even there for Comic Con. Show Henry Cavill. Okay, I don't know how you gonna do that, but he gotta be there. Okay, he gotta show up. That's critical. So hopefully that can happen. Uh, Point number 2: release the air cut in cinemas. Release that air cut, or make sure David Ayer is working on the cut, whatever. But let's get a firm affirmation that the air cut is on the way, and we're going to get the air cut. This is very important. Okay. What's the next movie in the lineup? I ain't hear nothing but Shazam. So after Black Adam, I guess the focus is the Flash or Aquaman, one of the two. We already know Ben Affleck's gonna be Aquaman. We wondering about what's happening with the Flash movie. A lot going on, a lot of moving parts with that. Hopefully, uh, Ray uh, Ray has a role in the Flash. That's critical. Ben Affleck being in the Flash, that's cool, but the Cyborg in the Flash, that's a big deciding factor. All right, but again, you put the Snyder cut in the theaters,
And the air cut in theaters, you guys, because this is what it was all about. We know you're gonna restore the Snyderverse, so that's how you win or trust early in the game. So whether Black Adam flops or not, the next move in the game, and y'all, I know Zaza don't come in it to lose it. He come in it to win it. So whatever it takes for Black Adam to be a success, he's gonna try and make that happen. But you know, you need to let people know that Henry Cavill's in that movie. That's what that you don't keep that a secret. You let people know. So once the fans know that, they're gonna rock with you all the way. And even if Black Adam is not all that, even if Black Adam's not that great a movie, it's not nothing. I'm sleepy now. It's not no great earthquake shaper. Just seeing Henry Cavill at the end of the movie will have people at least go in there and watch it once. Man, watch it again, but they will watch it once, so that the box office actually does reasonably well. You know what I mean? Of course, David Ayer does not want reasonably well. He wants hits. He wants blockbusters. He wants something like tear down the house. You got people super amped up and super excited. So whatever they do with Henry Cavill, they better make sure that it's a good job, right? The Flash movie is essentially Ezra Miller's journey outside the Snyderverse, I do believe, and bringing about alternative realities. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, man, I'm ready to sleep. Yeah, so that's what I got, man, for you guys. I'm not excited for the DCU yet, understandably so. Um, but I am watching things that are happening, and it does look like David Zaslav is moving in the direction to restore the Snyderverse, which is great. You know, I'm gonna start really getting hyped if I see trailers of like Black Adam or whatever, and they really see one thing with Black Adam is, and again, I gotta let the director do what he do, but I feel like the studio had meddled in and said you have to throw in jokes here and throw in jokes there and use the Marvel formula. And I would like to see the director's cut of Black Adam where they kept it true to what they thought Black Adam was, and it was doing that. They wasn't trying to make no jokes. They wasn't trying to have no punchlines, unless they're punchlines if that was not what the story was about. So, if that's the case with Black Adam, I'm gonna enjoy that movie because I saw a trailer on Black Adam, with the people wilding up the Volkswagen, um, wagon or van. It was just not fun. It was supposed to be whatever. So hopefully the movie's not that, because we'll see. I don't know, man. Black Adam. It was a movie I was looking forward to, um, and some of it looks, good, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really don't know. Hopefully they can tighten up the CGI, the animation aspect of it, tighten up, the story, tighten up certain things about it. Hopefully they've done that because that, I mean, hopefully the movie is much better than what is advertised. Let's put it that way. Because I'm saying, man, I'm saying, I've lost interest in Black Adam. I'm hoping somebody can get me interested in it again. I'm really rooting for Black Adam to do well. Yes, I know it's a Walter Hamada film, but I know it's under different leadership now, and I think that might be reflective of how the film is received. So, yeah, it might be Walter Hamada's project, but obviously I want DC to succeed. I don't want DC to fail. So, if Black Adam, for example, can show me in trailers, show me that the movie is going to be something, that could get me somewhat excited about it, great. It's the JLA,
apparently Black Adam's going to be going against JLA. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. With um, any movie after that, Black Adam could kind of set the tone for what we could expect from other movies coming after Black Adam. So I still say so. I just don't want corny movies. That's all. I'm being real. The corny stuff I really don't like. I'm more of a realist when it comes to that. So that's what I got for you guys, man. Not super excited for DC, but I am bearing in mind that the people working in DC are really about the DC brand and seeing DC become at the top, get at the top again of entertainment. And also people at Warner Bros. Looking to produce, quality movies. So hopefully Christopher Nolan comes back to Warner Bros. As well because they chased away everybody. Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan, Patty Jenkins was offended that Wonder Woman was put into HBO Max and she didn't know about it. It's just a lot of really, dumb things would happened um, at Warner Brothers. So hopefully this management really can take it and carry it somewhere to the glory days of what WB and Warner Brothers and DC used to be. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's what I got. Am I excited about any of the projects coming up? No, but I must say I am somewhat curious and I'm following them, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Because the projects that I really want to care about is Snyder Cut going into theaters and Air Cut coming out. That's the stuff that I really care about. The concrete stuff that is coming up like Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman. I'm still not excited about those movies. I'm happy for the events that are transpiring, but I'm not excited for them. But I'm sure when we see trailers and we see, because the trailers will amp you up. Because I wasn't excited for Wonder Woman movie either, and then I saw the trailer with her, deflecting the bomb off or shield and stuff, and I was like, whoa, yeah, I need to see this movie. So sometimes that's what happens, you know. Um, but late DC that really hasn't got me excited. The only thing that got me excited in DC was the Snyder Cut. I'm not saying only Zack Snyder's movies make me excited, but I'm just saying of late that's what because it's just very hard to find. Joker was good, but that wasn't a DCEU movie. Joker was very good. I enjoyed Joker a lot. So it still has me asking questions about the movie. But yeah, that's what DC has done for me. I didn't go watch the Batman. I didn't. I haven't watched any of the DC properties. I bought pieces of Gotham, Birds of Prey. I watched pieces of it. I watched pieces of Aquaman. I didn't even like Aquaman, to be honest with you. Pieces of Aquaman, pieces of Shazam, but I've never really watched the whole movies. I have not watched any of the Suicide Squad by James Gunn. I haven't watched that either. I did watch Wonder Woman 84 in cinemas and I laughed. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna catch you guys later, man. Christ and Disciple out. Spend an hour and 30 minutes talking about future DC films in the Snyderverse. There's stuff that's unconfirmed, which I'm looking forward to it being confirmed. That's where my excitement really, really, really will take it probably to the 10th level. The Flash movie, hopefully they can wade through that heap of mess and put together some, reasonably well that can get us excited for it. Again, you gotta get the action right. If you can't even get your action right, just forget about it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I'll catch you guys later, man. Have a good night, people. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. I'm tired.